piping and drumming program has grown dramatically in the last few years, and members of our pipes and drums are being recognized in Canada and internationally. At the helm is Mr. Jim McGillivray, Director of Piping at St. Andrews College. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bagpipe Master Jim McGillivray and the Director of tonight's show, on drums, Captain Brian McCue.
tuning every so often, and it surprises some people that yes, they can be tuned. That was a set of 3 jigs. The first one was called Smoke in the Kitchen. The second one, I have no idea what the name is. And the third one was a tune called Red Chemistry, which is a tune that I learned actually from Andrew Douglas, who was the young man who played the solo, the spectacular solo in the past. And I had a lot of people coming up to me in the intermission saying what a great job I've done with Andrew. And I want to make it perfectly and publicly clear, the most important thing I do with that young man is stay the hell out of his way. This is a set of Scottish small pipes. It looks quite different from the Highland pipes. The fingering is quite similar. Rather than blowing the instrument, we actually pump it with a bellows. And the drum configuration is very slightly different. One of the nice things about the bellows is I don't have to blow, and every so often if I feel inclined, I can actually smile. I'll let Brian tell you a little bit about the instrument he's playing.
This is not a Scottish drum, in case you didn't notice. This is actually a drum from Ghana. And the drum I picked up, I guess about 6 months ago, at an African shop, well, the Newmarket. But it is from Ghana. It says so on the inside. This is a traditional African drum. It's part of the, I guess why we called ourselves Celtic Roads tonight is because we're taking a little bit of a pathway away from the traditional by using some ethnic instruments and mixing it up a little bit. So there it is.
It's a lot easier to tune than my instrument because, as I often remind Brian, it's only got one note. I noticed the introduction that was given us was very generous in terms of how it described me. I didn't say very much about Brian, and I think that was probably because Brian wrote me for that. Brian came on here at St. Andrew's College about 2 years ago, and he's done some absolutely spectacular things with our drum corps and with our percussion and with our cadet corps. You're going to hear and see in a moment one of the things he's done with the drummers here that I think you'll find quite breathtaking. I also want to say that Brian is the visionary and the producer and the puller together of this entire show, almost single-handedly. We just had to do what we were told. So if you liked it so far, this is a good time to thank you.
know this is new scholar talk?
No, so it's not.
Have you seen Brendan Agnew?
Ew.
I know he's like